Today on Hitch20.
I can see him thinking, and that's fascinating.
A new model of suspense.
The whole thing is tension because we know the secret and everybody's this close to finding it.
How did Hitchcock make a tiny light bulb more menacing than a dead body? With his episode One More Mile to Go, we learn the cinematic power of understatement.
No.
These are the forgotten gems of Alfred Hitchcock. Join us as we explore the 20 television episodes Hitchcock personally directed. The Hitch20.
Financial support for Hitch20 is provided by GlideCam, world-class camera stabilizers. We also enjoy the inspiration of subscribers like you. Thank you.
In the early days of film, it didn't take long for directors to realize that movie cameras could do something unique from other forms of storytelling. Cameras could travel through geographic space, and tension could be created from characters running and hiding within wide expanses. The chase became a dominant story tool and has become a mainstay of movie making. For Alfred Hitchcock, however, chases were something a little bit different.
I'm sorry, old man. Too bad. Keep trying.
They were an opportunity to break away from the Hollywood cliché, and he found ways to turn the chase on its head. Take, for example, the chase in One More Mile to Go. The focus of the suspense is not the dead body this man has hidden in his trunk, but on something a lot more trivial.
A simple loose wire on a taillight causes the whole chain of events to unwrap for this guy.
By using this proxy suspense device, Hitchcock inserts humor into the situation. He often referred to this technique as understatement, where the focus is on something comically small instead of the more chilling situation at hand.
Looks all right.
While the policeman obsesses over the broken light, it sets up suspense as he gets closer to stumbling upon the body by accident. But how does Hitchcock generate suspense? This episode gives us a new model of suspense quite different than the one in Back for Christmas. Both revolve around hiding a secret. First, you want to hook the audience at the beginning, so you withhold information.
We start off in a really long shot of a cabin, and then as we push in, we see through the window a couple fighting. It's a very voyeuristic shot, and we can't really make out what they're saying.
But you can certainly tell that they're fighting.
So we really don't know what the argument is about. And that's a bold choice for a director to make. And the reason why I think Hitchcock makes it is because he wants the viewers to play a proactive role in the storytelling. We begin to project. We project our own ideas, our own thoughts, our own suspicions onto this scene.
Now, is what they're saying important? Not at all. It's the fight. The fight between these two is not an important part of the story, and Hitchcock doesn't let us hear it. And what's interesting visually is how we have this window pane with a line that divides the two people fighting.
There's one particular pane that is cracked, noticeably so. This is the moment that breaks him. And on a larger scale, it's indicative of a marriage that is broken.
And then the protagonist does something wrong, in this case, a criminal act. Now we know what's going on. We're suddenly given important information that only the protagonist knows.
Now, at the moment that he strikes her is the moment we go from outside, from being a voyeur in the story, to instantly inside with him. So that point is where the story for us starts.
And he picks up a shovel and he looks at the shovel. So we know that he's thinking, oh, I'm going to bury her. And then he puts the shovel back and goes, no, not going to bury her. So without a word spoken, we know he's changed his mind.
And I can see him thinking. And that's fascinating. That's character development, and that's character being revealed to me in as organic and authentic a way as possible.
Like if he'll look off screen to the left, and then we'll cut to a burlap sack. We know that he's looking at that burlap sack. Even though those two shots are disjoined, perhaps even in real life in geography, they're not really next to each other. By putting them together, we create this storytelling, we create this narrative through the use of cutting.
He starts throwing chains and rocks and everything, so we're like, he's gonna sink her in the water.
We spend a full 5 minutes of screen time watching Sam cover his tracks. By spending so much time with the protagonist and being lured into his subjective world, we can't help but feel a certain empathy for him.
And then after he puts her in the car, wraps her with a chain, puts the heavy objects in there to weight her down, we get a few more moments of driving. Just driving, where nothing really happens. And the reason we spend that time with him is to build a connection.
Once you have that audience connection, you create suspense surrounding whether he's going to get caught.
The second half of the show is very much his guilt.
Withholding a key secret from one of the characters was how Hitchcock generated suspense in his audience, creating playful anticipation around whether the secret is going to get out.
Sam has the unfortunate luck of running into basically the world's nicest cop.
And this cop is just funny because the cop is in his space.
What that does is it immediately makes him an obstacle.
He doesn't get a speeding ticket. He doesn't get a ticket at all. In fact, the cop just wants to help. He tells him to go back to the gas station. At the gas station, the cop's even trying to open the trunk for him to try to fix that light. Later on, the cop returns the $5 to him that he left at the gas station and invites him to the police headquarters where he can get his car fixed for free. He probably would have had dinner with the guy if he had the chance to.
The policeman gets so insistent about such a trivial thing, it pushes Sam's anxiety higher and higher. So the question becomes, will Sam's guilt get the better of him?
The cop didn't suspect anything. I think the cop was just lonely. It's boring out there. The only person he's got to talk to is that red guy from the Super Bob's service station. He's probably a little loopy anyway.
But of course, we know the secret that there's a body in the trunk. So we just want the cop to go away too.
What makes this tension so palpable is the extra detail. We closely follow the procedure of replacing the light bulb, almost in real time. The longer it's on screen, the more the suspense about the body rises.
The whole thing is tension because we know the secret and everybody's this close to finding it.
Those Hitchcockian long takes just got easier with the versatile, lightweight GlideCam stabilizer. GlideCam gives you the smoothest, flowing cinematography with easy operation. GlideCam, the name and future of camera stabilizers.
The policeman innocently takes a drink. Close-ups of faces build tension. Quick pans of the camera from one character to another hold on to the screen tension. And then Hitchcock's camera moves to another secret, as Sam hides the key to the trunk and lies to the policeman about it. The dance continues, and the audience is delightfully held in suspense.
Join us at Borgus.com for more of Hitchcock's techniques and subscribe to our free YouTube channel. If you're a screenwriter or director and would like to appear on Hitch20, just send us an email.